Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, inside NHSTRA, I'm Mark Beaudry. That's Kevin Brown.
It's Bob Williams.
That's new Bob Williams.
Bobo.
And we have Ben Bazowski. What's going on, guys?
What is up?
What's up?
It's a pleasure to have you here, buddy. You had an interesting fall.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know.
I didn't fall down.
You didn't fall down.
No, but I did lay down.
I
did
don't
lay
know
down.
how you didn't fall down. Jesus.
Well, I came close.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I came close to permanently falling down.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Thank you.
Yeah. happy
So,
to have you.
for anybody that doesn't know, do you mind giving a quick little Helliwell health update?
Yeah. So there was a lot that was going on for the year. I might have kind of alluded to some things here and there, but ultimately I ended up just recovering from a quadruple bypass. I ended up developing heart disease about 2 months ago. Month and a half on medications for it, and it somehow just went out of control. And luckily, thank God for my girlfriend, she forced me to go to the doctors, and they figured it out. And on Halloween, I had my surgery, and I'm six weeks in recovery now.
I blame
Holy
racing.
crap. Yeah, it was probably
It's
racing.
racing's fault.
I'll tell you, usually girlfriends cause heart attacks. This one actually prevented one.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm quite amazed.
You should
Good
have
job,
her,
April.
You should have her write a book.
Yeah.
So, like my girlfriend can read it and all that.
yeah. If she's gonna write a book, it's how to deal with a Helliwell.
That'd be best selling on all the racetracks.
Oh Jesus.
I mean that's a crazy story. Absolutely nuts. And thankfully you stayed on top of it. This is be a good message to everyone is listen to your body, you know?
Yeah.
George was telling the story about all the symptoms he had and things that were going on in his body that just seemed not normal. And he was
I call that Monday.
we call that Monday.
That's how I feel every day.
And he
No,
had,
honest to God, that's what I kind of chalked it up to. Was just me getting older. I'm 40 years old, so I just chalked it up to just living kind of a crappy lifestyle and life catching up to me. But no, not at all.
hence why I have my cardiology appointment tomorrow.
I'm afraid to make any at this point.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'm
making-
too nervous.
Nope.
George is sitting here telling us how he can't eat anything good and nothing's healthy anymore, and we're all in here
And
eating
it's a shame
pizza and
because Ben brought in his salty balls today.
Yeah, there's salty balls. There's meat pies over there.
Salty balls Ben brought in. You can't have any.
Nope.
Hey,
We got some broccoli coming for you, buddy.
when Ben realized that
Nice
he
spinach
couldn't
dip.
eat the second one, he got all excited. Look,
Oh, yeah,
he grabbed it and stole it, put it right
Are you
over by his
kidding me?
microphone.
How did you, dude? No.
But they were
No,
tempting me.
no,
There was little
no.
crumbs here in the
Look
middle
it
of the
over.
table.
no. You didn't finish the first one, jackass.
Because we had a show to do.
It doesn't matter.
I'll open the shit right now.
Yeah.
Don't you threaten me, buddy. I'm
These
gonna get
things-
that is mine.
These are mine. These are awesome.
Smell it.
Oh, here. Let me-
Unbelievable. What a he's got the family recipe.
I know.
You think he'd give it to his friend over here?
Dude, I know, right?
You know those box Cracker Jack things we used to get when you were a kid?
Yes.
It's like that and a giant ball. It's really good.
Is there a little tattoo in the back somewhere?
I haven't got that far
Right.
yet. I haven't got that far.
We're hearing in chat that they thought it was Steve Dickey here. Like, Dickey on?
Nah. Door would have been broke down.
Facebook used to screw us up. Mostly Dave. But my brother Dave and Steve would get face swapped.
That's so awesome.
That is so funny.
Oh my God.
I still love when he did his hero cards, and I was like, "That's awesome. Why'd you get Helliwell to model for him?" And he's like, "F you."
Yeah. Steve's like that lost brother.
Oh boy, that is
Actually,
so
you know what?
funny.
Steve's father could be the same guy that's Billy's father.
Dude,
We don't know
I
who-
ran into him of all places, of all people, of all places. I ran into him, his Steve's dad, at the Enchanted Village at Jordan's Furniture yesterday.
Really?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
People sit and wonder what Mr. Wheelman does, and he was at Jordan's Furniture Enchanted Village
I
yesterday.
was snow tubing down a fake snow hill, and I was ice skating on fake ice.
So, real quick, so somebody tagged me in something that was a mentor program, and I was like, "This
For
is a
your brothel?
no." This was I thought this was
I'm in.
I thought this was actually
I'll
a
be the
great
mentor.
idea where basically you can find some people who are interested in racing, get some kids that, you know, the next generation, and then have them come and be a part of the track. We let them in free, give them some food, team them up with a team. They work at the track with the team. They can work outside of the track with the team. And also, if people also want to come and learn how to be a GM or learn what it's like in tech or to work with media or something like that.
First rule of being a GM, don't be a GM.
Yes. So I thought this was an absolutely great idea. So NHSTRA is doing it this year. So we're gonna try to do this. So if you're interested in being a part of the mentor program, whether being a staff member at one of the tracks or teaming up with a team, or if you're a team that says, "Hey, this is cool, come on, be a part of it," reach out to me. This is people saying this is a great idea. This is not my idea. This is something another track was tagged and said, you guys should do this.
/slave labor.
Yep.
Yep.
But I mean, this is a great way if you have a kid who's interested in racing or maybe racing or automotive or any of this stuff. Because let's be honest, racing isn't always just about cars. It's the people you meet along the way. It's the fun, the life skills you learn out there. And if you ever got teamed up with like a Helliwell, it's like how to win because that's all they do.
Whoa.
Oh my God! You know what? Your dad. I want.
Yeah, we can't team anybody up with Helliwell.
Yeah.
That kid will learn all kinds of new words. I can't wait for that
Oh
one.
They
my
come home,
God.
Mom, I learned these 4-letter words today. And be like,
Get the
that
bleep button
program's
ready.
done.
Yeah, me and my brothers watched this week came out. Exactly.
We're gonna need one of those with the Helliwell crew.
Yep.
So yeah, like I said, if you're a
Old
team
Morse
that's
code.
interested, if you're a team that's interested in being a mentor team, reach out to me. I'm going to try to put people together. Or if you have a kid who is interested in doing this, reach out. We'll get you in free to the track. We'll give you a little meal ticket, get some food, and hopefully we could do, yes, John Espernette mentoring. Like, absolutely. If you're interested in being an announcer, who better to
actually,
learn?
That one would be good because there's not a lot of people wanting to announce.
Yeah, I mean, if you're interested in any part of racing, we'll team you up, whether it be driver, staff, team members, it doesn't matter. Like, this is something I saw this. I was like, this is absolutely amazing. So we're gonna do it.
I will say driving, don't get me wrong, is cool, but fabrication, chassis setup, and stuff like that, everybody has a role to play in racing, and we need fabricators, especially young people who are willing to work. You know, there's a lot of kids don't want to get dirty, but
Well, you can create value in yourself to a team too as well. If you start at a young age, you learn race cars. You work with a team like George, who's obviously very successful in what they do. You learn about setting up cars. You want to provide yourself a place in racing for a long time to come. I mean, there's just not a lot of it's a lost art, lost talent with fabrication, chassis setup, like George said, building cars, things like that. You know, there's
yeah, at
So-
least
Well, that like Mark says, it's a skill.
Yeah.
and if you're over 21, we'll teach you how to drink Bang energy drinks. By the way, thank you, Brian.
I got the fridge hooked up
Yeah,
today.
Brian.
I don't know how you can
Yeah.
drink those things. I don't.
yeah, I walked by that fridge and wow, it's fully stocked.
Yes,
Fully stocked.
absolutely.
Fully
But I'll
stocked.
take a water, thank you.
What are you saying?
I
People
can't
wanna
have
know-
that.
People want to know if we can team Kevin up with a winning team as well.
Listen,
Oh my God.
when you only race 3 or 4 times a year, I fake it pretty good for a guy who races 3 times a year.
We tried helping you. You got the car over there. We set it up for you. Like, oh, I'm
No.
gonna run Star. I'm gonna run Star.
I never raced.
He never ran Star.
Never
Car,
ran
the whole time was set up for a Star, and he went and ran what? Lee?
I don't know. That car we
Hudson.
raced 5 times. We blew up 3 rear ends and 2 engines. We never really raced anything with that car, unfortunately.
I'm talking to Kevin at Lee this summer, and he's out there in the heat race, killing it, doing great. I talked to him. I was like, "This is great." He's like, "Love racing. Never been happier." He's like, "This is my year." Kevin plants it into the turn 4 wall,
Listen,
and I immediately go talk to him. He's like, "Race cars going for sale today. I hate racing. I hate everything that's involved with racing."
dude.
See, Kevin, you and me are
This
a
is
lot
not
alike.
true. Let me tell you something right now.
That is half true.
No. The whole statement you just said is true, except for I love racing. I do. And now the thing I love about it is a camaraderie. It's like I will be the first one to admit I do not like driving. I just don't. I'm one of those racers. I just don't like driving. And
Hey, do you want to run the place? We'll switch. How
no,
about
I don't
that?
want to do that either. I'm all
Yeah,
set.
yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
that's driving crazy. I'm good. I'm all set with that one. But I genuinely like the people involved. I generally like being at the racetrack. I generally, but I do like being, somewhat involved in a team. I like the camaraderie aspect of it. But driving, I can do without.
You hear
I'm
that,
too old for
folks?
that, man.
Kevin Brown is looking for a driver for one of his many cars he's
I don't
buying.
have any cars.
You're buying like a fleet, I heard.
Kevin Brown without a car is like Ben saying, "I'm not owning another race
You know
car."
what's
Then he
funny?
comes in and says, "Look at the 5 sprint cars I bought today, Mark. This is really cool."
Benjamin applied his Northeast Sand and Gravel is applying his Northeast Sand and Gravel discount he saw with a sticker or whatever
Yeah.
the scam you have running on my stone, but it's okay.
My stone.
He calls me, leaves me this bogus message telling me how he has a free sand and gravel coupon that he got from the NHSTRA show and would like to apply it to a load of stone this week. I'm good.
I coulda
Paul
cashed
says
that
he
in
wants to be
couple
in a
times
tour
this year,
mod.
you know.
Yeah, this guy put a pool in. You could have cashed that in.
Yeah, that would have been great.
I know. Where were you?
Filling out back. Get some gravel coming.
Actually, no help out with the pool.
my
Matt
buddy Jeff.
Who did?
Matt Seavey.
Oh yeah, no kid.
My buddy Jeff says he's got a lawnmower you could drive.
I'll still put it in the wall.
Who's hit the wall more at Lee, you or Ben?
How many times?
I only hit it. That was the only time. Oh no, that 2. One's on video.
You kind of went like you like
I
love tapped it.
I pancaked.
You were so mad, and then you said I'm posting it, and then literally JD's dad jumped on that car, and the next day you look at me and said, I don't want to sell it anymore.
I didn't.
Like, sorry,
I was mad.
dude.
I was mad, and I
You were
posted it.
mad. That's what happens.
You know, it's one of those things.
Oh,
Who knows?
good.
Let me tell you something. Winter's young, kids. Stay tuned.
Kevin Brown's got another car up his sleeve that he's not going to run next year. It's going to sit in his garage again.
A late street model or something?
Street model.
Street model.
Actually, I hear they're labeling the pure stock super,
No.
super modifieds. So I'm gonna.
It's finally been noticed.
Super modified.
I hate you, Kevin, so much.
Hold on. What's that? Where's the gold chain?
Ah, it's right on Ben.
Don Ben. Oh yeah,
Right
there.
There you go.
yeah.
I hear he's coming back next year too.
Look at that, folks. We have ourselves a Xfinity driver in the mix here watching. See, you guys can watch with an Xfinity driver right here. I want to be a part of Derek's team. I want to mentor with him.
So here's the thing.
We were.
You can
Right?
be, you know what? Being a part of the team would be great. Is just the after party. That's where you're gonna have a problem with because them guys can drink.
Yes.
And I can't do that.
I put that out there a bunch this year. Like, anybody wants media help down in Florida this year, let me know. I'm available. And then nobody took me up on the offer. I was just extremely bummed out. I was looking for a free New Smyrna trip.
I wanted to go to the Snowball Derby so bad, especially cheer on our good friend. Derek.
You were supposed to go.
But Ben, I asked Ben to
we
go,
were supposed to go,
and he
you're
didn't.
like, no,
he wouldn't
I
go
can't.
because he had no time for his good friend Kev.
Really? You were the one that had to do family stuff.
I'd never do family stuff
Yeah, okay.
except for the Enchanted Village.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The Enchanted
It was
Village.
beautiful.
What exactly was this?
It
Like,
was-
I don't
it
even
was
know.
It was Jordan's Furniture. You never been down there? They got
No.
the 4D theater. We did
No.
the 4D North Polar Express thing and all that. It was glamorous. You
Sounds
missed
like
out.
something real family.
bipolar
Let me tell you something. You want to do a stress test for George? We can send him down to Avon at the Enchanted Village the weekend before Christmas. That'll give you a stress test.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh my god.
I had that same stress test at Costco yesterday when I went through, and I was just like, that's it. I'm done. Like, I'm going to run this cart through people, and I'm going to be on the news. This is not going to end well. Like, I get stressed out when I go shopping there, so I get it. Like, I get what you're saying, too, so.
And then we're walking out, and of course you have to walk through all of the furniture. So Pam wants to literally rebuy the whole house as we're leaving Jordan's furniture. We need and we just bought a new dining room table. She needs a new couch, a new bedroom set, a new dining. I'm like, why not, right? Why not?
I think Pam and April might be related.
They might
Right?
be. They might be. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure. I'll make sure I'm not gonna. I might need a place to sleep tonight, just to let you know. If you got a couch that's available.
Hey, I've never seen that hoodie before. What's the deal with that one?
Well, you have called this subtly. Things kind of
Yeah, I'm making note of it out there. Because that one is not like the other right here, guys. Do you spy a new hoodie
I
over
spy
there?
with my little eye.
I like it.
Can I have one?
You gotta do the Hulkamania.
You got to win an eye race
You gotta-
first.
You gotta do the
Yeah.
Hulkamania.
I don't know if I can do that
No.
anymore.
I know George has to tone it down.
The best part about that video is, A, it went over awesome. But then you come out after and you're like, I want to apologize to everybody in the crowd.
Well, did you see the look on Steve Grant's face? He had no clue it was
Oh
coming.
no, trust me.
Yeah.
As soon as I heard you won it, and I'm running, I go, "You're not gonna want to miss this." I was like, "What are you talking about?" I go, "Just trust me." What?
So look on your
Awesome.
face, because it was
So
kind
good.
of like, how do you think I feel?
That was the thing. Like
I was
his
like, whoa,
his
you
face
scared me.
his everything about it. His face, his whole attitude was freaking awesome.
You did it good. I can't believe you're the only one who did that this year.
Yeah, racing's supposed to be fun. That's part of it.
Minus
I've
that guy who speared that guy at Claremont off the top of his enduro
Yeah.
car, but
Oh, yeah,
that didn't count.
That was a good one though. That guy deserved like a piece of the company. That guy was good.
That might have been on like the undercard of the match that I won that day.
Ugh.
Oh my God, that was you destroyed your car that night, didn't you?
Uh,
Was that night up
No.
at Claremont? No.
Nope.
Okay.
No, that was the enduro race. That was awesome.
Yeah.
So what is in George's plans for this year? Or Bob too?
yeah.
We're
first-
going about mini stock racing. We're gonna go to the Freedom Factory, and Bob's awesome, and then Bob's gonna win everything. because
Bob wins the mini stock races with a pure stock.
Bob Williams doesn't come in second.
I got
Bob
unplugged.
Williams always comes in first.
Yeah. No, first things first is I have to heal up. I'm still halfway through my recovery. So Once I get better, I get about a month to try to regain my upper body strength so I can wheel a car. But the plan is actually
Stole
to
my car, you prick.
go down. Plans to go down Florida to the World
I
Series.
lost
with,
my ride.
with the Florida mod. The
Car,
one-
car just gained a half a tenth with the
Yeah,
driver
no,
change.
honestly,
I mean,
no,
half
the-
a second. Sorry,
see,
half
the
a second.
best I've ever done is fifth. He'll probably win the damn thing.
He probably
And
will.
I've always wanted to win one race down there, and that's never going to happen.
I've always wanted to win
So
a race
George,
too.
this is Speed Weeks.
Never happened.
Yeah, it'll be Speed Weeks.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how many nights do they run those down there?
They do like
I
6
think
or
the
7.
schedule had 6 or 7, but it
Holy
was broken up. So it was like the first 4 nights, then you had a night off, a race, a night off, and then you ended the week. So you're kind of really there for the whole week. But that's the plan anyway for the for the short term. But long term, I did acquire a 350 Super. So I guess that's the beauty of being laid up in the hospital bed, that you just sit there and surf the internet and you can find deals. So
I said, what'd you do? Call Make-A-Wish? I've always wanted
I think
to
yes,
do
he's got a
that.
race car and he's going to Florida now.
You're
That's
right,
kind of like
seriously.
what happens.
yeah,
there.
no, it was kind of like Make-A-Wish. I called my father from the bed. I said, hey,
Like, Dad, my dying wish.
there's a deal coming up here.
God.
You want to? What do you think? And literally, he took over. I pointed it in the direction, and he went and grabbed it with my brother Dave, and we now own a 350 Super. So it's race ready, just not Helliwell race ready. So it's stripped right now. We're gonna put it back together.
You
the way we want it.
toothbrush cleaning this one too?
Yeah, actually, I am.
I'm not shocked.
Of
But
course.
yeah, so the 350 Super, that'll be the primary. But then
guess it's
we
gonna be
also
red?
have. Yes, absolutely.
of course it is.
Absolutely, Helliwell red. But
I thought that was
then,
called Renfrew Red.
it's got a little orange hue to it.
Okay. Okay.
But then we've got street stock. I had Georgia Baldwin build me a streeter. I had a chassis now for over a year. But
What do you have? I've never heard that name before.
Street model.
it's a street
Street
model.
model.
Yeah,
Street
Oh,
model.
oh,
it's a street
oh, a
model.
late model.
It could be. It depends where you go. But
His is probably a real late model. Like, not to say it's not a real late model. I apologize. I don't want to offend anyone. But it is probably pro stock / street stock, late model ish. All the above.
Yeah, we'll be able to run anything NHSTRA
Pastor,
and
Xfinity.
yeah. If we go Xfinity, Derek Riffick gets to ride. But So like I said, the Super's pretty much ready to go, but the street will be next.
Jeez, look,
Sorry,
you have a
late model.
you have a fan over here. Like, this is great,
This is why he's watching.
right?
Yeah.
I know.
Derek and his team, Louis, they've helped me out quite a bit.
Good people.
Especially when I first got the modified, they stepped up and helped me out with the transmission. I got a really good transmission for a good deal, and definitely a lot of advice too. So
I will also be up at the Augusta race show this year. So if you guys are bored, come see me. I'll be hanging out in the NHSTRA booth up there. So
Is Derek still on?
he is, yes.
Derek, can I be the part of the mentor group of your team? I'd love to be that guy that's on your team for the mentor group. Is that okay? Do I
Absolutely.
qualify?
Sure.
All right. Free food, pit pass, and I get to hang out with Derek. I'm in. Sign me up.
on a side note, unrelated, Derek, if you're there, on my way here, I drove by your business. How much is that Chrysler? Because I'm trying to find a car for my daughter. She just got her car totaled and trying to replace it. So
We're
how
on
much for
Swap
the
Shop
Chrysler
right
underneath
now.
the Hummer?
Swap Shop.
This is
What do you
Uncle,
got?
Uncle Henry's, whatever it used to be called there.
Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
You don't remember the Swap Shop when they used to, from the Howard Stern show, they would call him all the time. He's like, "Yeah, I got myself some used earwax that I would like to sell." Like, that was the best. Like, the good old days back then. So, all right. So, Derek, we need to know how much for the Chrysler in the window. That's what we want to know.
Underneath the Hummer, he's got a Hummer. parked
Whoa!
right on top of it.
Wrong show. Wrong show.
That is across the hall.
Oh,
that
sorry.
is not
And
allowed.
the
here.
toilet cam is no longer there. So
1250 firm won't pass inspection.
Nice.
Oh boy, we're making sales here left and right. So I have.
Hey, Derek, don't sell that G-Wagon. I want it.
he's got a G wagon.
Yeah, he's got a mint one, like a 96.
He's got some cool cars over
No
there.
way.
He does.
Trust me, I was fighting
does have some
Derek
cool
to
stuff.
buy that thing.
Yeah.
So no, all right. So no iRace this coming weekend, obviously because it's Christmas, and no show next Monday.
And I owe somebody a shirt, or at least 1 or 2 shirts, whatever you tell me.
Yes, I'm trying to remember.
I apologize. I had a crazy couple weeks for slacking on that.
Free for you, buddy. Use it at Hudson. I don't know what that's from, Derek. Maybe he's giving you a car. Maybe he's giving you the G-Wagon.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Derek's like, he can't type fast. He's like, no,
not what I meant.
I
Not
mean, the
what I meant.
$1,700 Chrysler is free, not the G wagon.
Everybody loves George.
Oh, Matthew.
Matt is awesome.
I'm trying to find the winner. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Matt, we love you.
He's won 2 weeks in a row. He smoked us all.
See, what did I tell you? Was it a kid, young kid, like a 9-year-old?
No. That was the
All right.
first week.
Yeah. Those
Levi, Scotty Mac's kid, like smoked us all the first week we did it.
George, are you an iRacer?
No.
Why not?
No.
Actually, you should try my rig because you'll probably do better than that than me.
I went over to Steve Dickey's house one night for a family gathering, and we ended up in that little setup he's got.
Are we alluding to he may actually be family?
He could be. We still don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, the 80s were a blur.
They were.
Kind of looks like he was.
I was born in the 70s, so
Me too. We're the only.
70s? How old are you?
old enough, buddy. You just keep talking.
Seriously? Wow.
Me and Kevin are the same exact age. This is what happens when you take care of yourself versus don't take
Dude,
care
I'm
of yourself.
going to a cardiologist tomorrow, and it's not because I take care of myself.
I'm too afraid to go.
I know.
I'm
I
listening.
have
So
kids. I'd be like you too. I'd be like, I
I
wouldn't
have
want
grandkids.
but-
Even worse. Like I'm sitting here listening. So
Hey,
before
I
we
have
went,
no kids, so
before we went live,
Well,
George
yeah, you
is
do.
reading off
You
his
got-
symptoms.
You have Claremont, you have Lee Speedway, and you have Hudson.
George is
those
reading
are,
off
those
his
are enough kids I need.
symptoms of his heart disease. I'm like, I have that.
Yes.
I know,
have
right?
that.
Yes. It'll quickly turn
Oh,
you
I
into
have that too.
hypochondriac.
I was like, ooh,
Yeah.
if I cared about myself, I should probably go.
I will
But,
say,
yeah.
not to call anybody out, but you're going to the cardiologist. Whatever they say, listen to them.
No, so
But
I
There is another person I've heard on here talk about it, and I've raced with him, but I don't want to name names. But he complains of dizziness, and I guess most recently there was a race he couldn't participate in because he was experiencing dizziness. That was one of my major issues.
I'm going under as I'm older and I have 3 children, and like I said, I have not taken care of myself. Unfortunately, like Mark always applauds me to doing, but yeah, I'm going just for wellness checks. Making sure everything's good. The ticker is good.
I'm trying to find our winner from yesterday. Sorry, guys.
I thought
Hey,
you said-
hey, did your vision ever go? Like not blurred, but like, because right now I'm not gonna lie, my sight's going really bad. Like, me reading that soda can is hard right now.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, the vision was bad. It was just the dizziness.
That's because you're old.
You
man.
just might need
Yeah.
glasses.
Man, well, no, I have contacts, and it's just literally it just started happening like a week.
I've
and a
known
half
you
ago.
how many years? Do you have contacts?
Yeah,
Is there roofies and the salty balls?
it might be.
How did I not know this?
I might have put. Oh, I gave
You
the
grabbed
wrong-
mine. You tried
Damn it.
roofieing me. That's what happened.
No, I grabbed George's. I was supposed to roofie him. Damn it.
Winner. So the last 2 weeks was won by Cody Sanborn. He smoked us
Do
all.
we have an address for Cody?
I do have it. I'll get it to you. I forgot.
Congratulations, Cody.
Unfortunately, like you had your family issues, and like the last thing I was gonna do is like, hey, buddy, go ahead and send this shirt free to somebody when that was going on, and I was.
No,
It's
it's
just not how we roll,
I would have been a dick and done that, but
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
right?
Leave it to Ben. Just gave Ben the info. He could have got it over to me with a smile.
Actually, I got to give a shout out. Thinking about being down and out, I was not to keep talking about something kind of dark, but a good friend of ours, Chris Beaudry from Pro Turf. I was down and out. This was right as the fall was hitting, and the leaves in my yard are absolutely insane. Chris Beaudry and Pro Turf, they stepped up and they came to my house, and within a matter of 2 hours, cleaned my entire yard, and I got an acre full of leaves. And
Kid's okay.
okay, he's
And not
So-
related to this Beaudry
Actually,
either.
so I got a racing thing about Chris. And this is kind of to everybody out there Chris is a great guy. For those of you who don't know, Chris owns Pro Turf Landscaping. He also owns
Super nice guy.
He also owns a CDL training company called
he
CDLguys.com.
used to own a late model.
He owned a
that
late model.
you drove?
He was the car. He's owned every car I've ever had. He's probably owned the next one too. Sorry, Chris. But
You're buying a new car.
yeah, he doesn't know that yet. But with that being said, so he wants to do some kind of sponsorship with racers, but he wants it to be more of like an incentive program. He doesn't want to just say, hey, here's $500 or here's whatever. He wants to say, hey, I want to have my name on your car, looking for street models or above. No offense to the smaller cars, but that's what he's told me he's looking to sponsor. But he wants to have his name somewhere on these cars and pay that out in, I don't know, a tire a win or a tire for a top 3 or something of that
That's a
nature.
good idea.
Why does
Yeah.
he do it with the dwarf cars? We're traveling, and that division.
I don't
is
know.
growing.
I talk to him every day, so when I talk to him tomorrow, I'll ask him. But yeah, so I mean, so if anybody's got any ideas of what might be, so he asked me this question: what is a good incentive? And I don't really know. I mean, I don't race enough, as we all talk, 3-4 times a year. So
that tire deal, if somebody can get their weekly expenses paid for, that's a
big.
huge thing.
And that's what he said. But he wants to be like a tire. Is it a tire for a top 3 or a tire for a top 2? Or we talked about a tire win, but unless you're David Greenslid or someone like that who's cranking out 10 wins a year or something like that, I mean, I think that's but then you got the guys who may not get a win, So he's trying to find the balance there. So any ideas? I mean, feel free to PM me or on Facebook or whatever with some ideas, because I'm trying to bounce some stuff off him. And he, like he said, he's one of those guys. He's great for racing. He's done a lot of things for a lot of people with a lot of sponsorships and stuff over the years. So he's just trying to get. He wants to do that one with the CDLguys.com business he has. So he wants to get his name out there with
That's
that.
a cool little deal he's got going on there. I was checking it out because when I first left trucking, you're like, you should go work for him. And I'm like, I'd rather not drive a truck ever again in my life, but thank you.
No, yeah. I mean, well, with that, he was looking for instructors.
Yeah.
And I thought it would have been good too.
It would have been good for me, but like I got out of trucking just for.
Well, then it was right at the
reason.
time when this.
It was perfect. It was perfect timing.
The
I
marriage
could've.
was happening, and so I kind of threw it out there, and it just worked out great. I think.
So wait, what does he do? He trains people for their CDL and stuff?
Yeah, so he'll train anybody pretty much in New England. I know New Hampshire and Mass. I shouldn't really speak of New England, but he trains, and he's a way more affordable option. And there's a lot of these. The biggest problem I see with some of these bigger CDL training schools is the time. You got to literally be there during the day. You got to take time off from your work, or maybe even quit your job to go schooling. Well, he'll do it at night, weekends, things like that. He works around these busy schedules. So he's got a really good program. It's been very successful since he started. So it's one of these things he's been trying to grow. It's growing well, but we kind of had this chat about how he wants to do some kind of sponsorship. Because let's be honest, this market of the people that that are in this industry of racing, I think it's a great fit for him. So now he wants to try to put his name on some cars and put some money in people's pockets or tires on people's cars. So
I'll tell you, I got driving. So I started driving truck when I was 18. I went to the fire academy. Then I got my CDL because
imagine Mark coming in to save you in a fire.
way back in the day, I used to be a
It's over.
fireman
I'm done.
and an EMT.
done.
So
Well done.
I've been driving a truck ever since then. And then
Or Mark giving you mouth to mouth. Oh my God.
hey,
It's Christ.
what can you say? I can make dreams come true every day. That's all I can say. So, but then I got into driving oil trucks, and then I did it for years. And I tell you, this is why you want somebody teaching you well, because I have been out of my oil job now it's been 2 months, and I just saw my truck on the news Monday, flipped over and hooks it. So if you want a nice little look, my old truck is on the front of WMUR from last Monday during the snowstorm. It rolled over and hooks it on 93. And it was like, that truck was gorgeous. Like no going back now. That truck is destroyed. The tank got ripped off the truck.
You don't
They had
want
a
to go
hole in
back.
it. No, I would never go back
You
to
don't want to
driving
go
a truck.
back.
The driving of what I used to do was like 1/10 of my job.
And plus, Ben's paying you $110K a year. I mean, how could you
Don't
go-
even
how
start
could
that
you even
rumor.
go
I'm going to
back?
start getting the
All right,
sponsorship
sure.
calls that Ben does.
Just saying.
Like, oh my God, I can't even hang out
That's
with
what
Ben
I
without
hear in the
that
gated
coming
community.
through.
What I hear.
So like, well, I would pull
I
up.
hate all of you.
I would pull up. So basically, driving was the minimal part of my job. Like, I would pull into Pepsi in Manchester, and they got like 72 trucks, and I would just pull my hose and I'd fill truck right down the line. It'd take me hours to do this.
Pull
stuff.
your hose, huh?
What do you want?
That is across the hall, Mark.
I am not
across the
shy.
hall.
Has anybody ever met me? I
No.
am not shy.
We noticed.
Well, thank God those trucks don't have cameras in them.
Did you ever put the nozzle in the wrong
Oh,
hole?
they do. That does happen, man. Sometimes you slip. What can you do?
Just spit on it a little bit.
This took a turn. This really took a
seriously.
turn. Like, how did we
started
get?
it?
I did not. Like, I was
Really?
literally saying what I used to work at. And Ben's over like, I'm going to make a hose.
I used to
joke."
be a fireman. I grab my hose, throw it over my shoulder. I go visit all the guys at the Coke factory.
Right? Oh, man.
Oh my God. Oh,
I absolutely
man,
love
here,
this.
Here come the text.
And that is the end of the show, everyone.
Yeah, we went off the rails.
I'm looking over just to see, because you never know. No, but like that deal that he's got is pretty
Is
cool.
the show over, Ben?
No.
Just make sure we're still good.
We actually, I
It's a
think
7% chance.
07%?
7%.
7%.
7%.
7%.
You better put a percent sign after your number this year. Oh, that would be amazing.
Well, I might have to because all my brothers were all in the same damn division. So
That's a good idea.
I told them, I says, that's it. We're all, because Dave is 07NH on his super. and I just got mine, so I'm gonna have to
07%.
go back to 07, I guess. But I told him, I said, that's it. We're all going 07, and we're just gonna put GH, DH, BH. That way we can all be identified.
First message. Adam Perkins, 110 grand a year. Want to sponsor my Florida trip? Thank you for starting that
something-
lie.
That's a viable offer, I think.
Yeah, thank
I
you
think
for
should-
starting that
Ben
lie.
should look into that sponsorship.
Listen, I've sponsored enough people over the years, and
No, he doesn't.
nah.
Oh my god, Yo, that phone goes off a lot. Let's.
Oh God.
Uh-oh.
What are we looking at here?
Other people are getting texts in the room. This is funny about me, unfortunately.
Oh,
So,
Jesus.
I don't know. Like, I'm excited. We went to a couple weeks ago. We had the Lee banquet. That was fun.
Yep.
Got to meet a ton of people. That's one of the tracks that I'm not as familiar with the drivers. So I'm hoping to spend a little more time over there this year.
Oh, don't worry, Mark.
I will
You're
be.
gonna be spending some time over there.
Don't worry, I will be. So other than that, like you guys might notice a couple of the websites are going to probably go down here or there. We're upgrading and getting everybody on the same web server.
Same platform, pretty much.
So it will be similar. You'll be able to buy. Hopefully, you'll be able to buy online tickets for all the racetracks here. Like we're trying to do some of the comment. I'm sorry, some of these comments rolling by in chat are great. I cannot put them on the air.
Come
but
on.
Does this have to do with your hose?
Yeah.
No, these ones are about Ben.
Oh, of course.
Bentos.
All right, let's see.
Everybody's
no,
seen
no.
Bentos.
No, you can't just tell me and not expect me to. I'm interested. What
I won't even say what it
Oh,
is, but
nice.
some of these are pretty good.
I like
We have some comedians in the audience. So
Your balls are delicious.
they
I'm
are.
just saying. They are.
You know, you give them a nice lick. You know,
Did. Took a bite out of them.
let's make that left turn, guys, back onto the racetrack here. Let's get this somewhat aimed here. So now we already heard.
Hey, you told us. You had nothing. You left it up to us.
yeah.
This would be the last
This is
time
your own fault.
you do that. Don't leave it up to us.
Yeah.
I know
You should have a schedule that we have to stick to. And we have
We
to talk
usually
about
do, but we're
everything
off season here, and
we do. I don't do it during the off season because we just
there's
have
nothing
fun.
to talk about.
All right, so I have a lot of people asking about pure stock rules. I'm being
Super
told
modified.
they're being worked on. They should be done hopefully here relatively soon. Other than that, what else?
We're just making sure that we're dotting our, crossing our T's, dotting our I's and stuff.
What other rules do I not have up yet? So I put 6 shooters up. 6 shooters are up. I think minis went up.
Late models are
Late
up.
models are up. Outlaws are up. Mods are up.
Mods are. I think the only one is pure stocks.
You're waiting on race procedures, pure stocks, and ridge runners. So I still don't have the ridge runners.
Ridge runners are pretty much the same. The only thing is, crap. Now you're making me use my brain.
Yeah, ridge runners are not up. They will be going up soon.
they'll
There's a
be up.
couple changes though, so I wouldn't say 'cause I
Very
heard there's a
little. I
couple.
mean, minute.
Nothing major.
No.
I'm being asked Lee schedule. Any chance we could put it out this week?
I'm working on it. I'm also trying to do Hudson's as well, and doing Claremont's as well, and I'm doing 3 tracks at once. So
on a racetrack, they said. A lot of
we
fun.
own 3 of them. They said. No, I'll have Lee's up soon. I'm just trying to plug in a few more divisions. I'm not, like I said, Lee is a lot bigger track than what I'm used to, so I don't want to go a little overboard like I usually do.
I'm looking at this piece of paper, guys, that has you guys are in for a good year. That's all I'll say.
Well, I had to add to that because there's a couple days that were really light. I'm like, yeah, I could squeeze a few more in there. So
That is amazing because usually you're like,
Yeah, usually 3 divisions. Got it.
well, okay. Bear in mind, Hudson is 12 acres. That's the track, the pits, the parking lot, and everything else. Lee is 66 acres.
you can fit almost all of Hudson into the infield at Lee.
pretty much, yes.
You should.
We had a couple people ask. So I saw this when I went back and read some of the comments after. So I'd never been to Lee before this year, so I don't know how things went before. People are begging to put tech into the infield at Lee because they want to watch it. Is that something? People love watching tech.
Well,
They really do.
Okay, so the only problem with that is that all the mechanicals, the lights, and everything are out of the pit, out of the infield. It's
That's
all
right,
on the
they're not
outside,
there.
So there's nothing there anymore.
Gotcha.
So
All right.
I'd have
that
to
makes
run
sense.
a generator and all that stuff. I have a spot that I'd like to put them, but I really don't know if it'll work. So I gotta. If you haven't found out right now, I usually like to run the track 1 year the way it is,
Yep.
and then I like to do all my tinkering and all the other crap for the next year.
Well, I mean, you look at what you did at Hudson. Like
Yeah.
people, this is I'm pretty sure this is what we should expect at Lee as well, which you will be improving the facility.
Yeah.
And the Wrens have done a ton there. That they have
yeah.
improved the heck out of that place, and you're just gonna
Well,
continue.
They pretty much improved the property of just stuff that needs to be stuff was needed to be
Drainage,
cleaned and all
lights, things like
stuff
that.
like that.
Yeah.
I want to make it so that it flows a little better. If people must see me at the track, I'm yelling, I'm screaming, that should be done this way. No, come on, we got time. Come on,
I've
we
never
gotta
seen this
go.
before. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I've never seen you stressed on race day.
Never seen you yell in my entire life.
I might have to go to where the hell you guys going for your heart test and stuff.
I'll get you a card tomorrow, buddy. I got you.
Can we possibly have infield pitting at Lee for big races again?
So I think the Wayland Tour they have in like you're talking about like a live pit.
Yes.
Yeah, they have that for Wayland and stuff. But the problem with pitting in the infield is that if you have a really tall trailer, you kind of block the view of the crowd. So honestly, if it's really that bad, I'll stick the smaller divisions that have like the small trailers in the infield if I have to.
I'd love that. That's cool because
But here's the problem: there's no bathrooms.
Yes.
There's no concessions, and you literally have to wait for either a division to.
Yeah, you're trapped in there.
You're trapped. So it's
I'll
kind of.
tell you, I hate being in there.
Yeah, it's loud.
It's miserable.
Oh,
it's
it's really loud.
It's miserable out trying to watch too.
Actually, you know what's it's wicked loud in Hudson since I put up that soundboard on the back where the billboards are.
Yep.
Oh man, it bounces back and it's like, oh man, it's loud.
That's where I love to
bad.
get in the split where you have the
Oh, the scoreboard.
scoreboard. I love to get in there with a camera. That is a great spot to be sitting at the back of
Oh,
Hudson.
yeah.
The only problem is that it dives off into the pond really fast behind that spot. So
Oh yeah, it's almost
something
a
comes at
sheer
you and you
cliff.
go to move like you're going for a swim.
It's a sheer cliff behind those walls.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
used to race
so
right up to it too. Before you
Jimmy
put that
D
wall in,
said-
we used all that gravel.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy
remember
D
that.
said, iRacing was fun yesterday. I sucked. Not as bad as Ben because Ben got mad and rage quit.
Yeah, I had to. I was so angry. I was just in a bad mood that day. And I'm like, you know what? I don't need this crap.
I already knew it
back
because
off.
you would call me beforehand, like, what time? I'm like, now?
I'm like, you know, I'm not having it today.
I think another thing we can bring up in the comments. I think we would all love to see Mr. Helliwell here do some iRacing.
I would too.
I think that should be a mandatory.
You could
I
I got
use-
nothing to do. I can't physically do much. So
You can
Yeah.
you can next time you just come over to my house. You can use mine.
You can buy a wheel of like $300. You can buy a nice wheel and pedals, and you're good to go.
yeah, I'll talk to my cardiac rehab. Tell them that's part of my
There
rehab.
you go.
That-
Roll it into
that's
the
a
insurance.
write-off right there.
$300.
Yeah.
That's a shock. No, no.
Well, I got some shocks and springs that you might want for a dwarf car.
Oh God.
All right,
Yeah,
so
you
let me
still have those
see.
dwarf car parts, don't you?
Race winning.
Yeah, I'll probably take him because I got to talk to your dad. He said he's gonna work on mine. He said.
Oh wait, are you two gonna go at it again? Because both of you were fighting over my father before we started the show.
no,
yeah.
No, I need him to fix my truck.
No, and
I
I
got
need
rear-ended.
him to finish
Wayne,
one of my project cars.
coming
But
to
I
see you,
also
buddy.
want him to. All I need is just 2 bars so my head can clear the roof.
Oh yeah, no, we
That's
can
the
take
only-
care of
That's
that.
the only thing I need.
No,
All right, so I'm being-
You need fabrication done. The person to go to, honest to God, is my brother Bill.
Bill?
You got somebody right here going to get you a setup. Dan Thorpe says, we'll get you a setup, George.
I like it.
boy.
Dan, way to go.
Dan the man. I tell you, that guy, him
Napa
and his
sponsored.
son Devin, them two are a huge part. I mean, you probably guys heard me in Victory Lane. Sometimes I got to get emotional, but Dan had his own fair share of medical issues and stuff like that.
He's
But
a good dude.
he's been
Yes.
with me now. We were just talking about the other day in the garage. He's been with me for 6 years, and just what he does, the dedication, like we were talking about that mentor program, getting people involved in racing. You need people like Dan and his son who basically, at the drop of a dime, they're there when I need them. You know, they sacrifice their time. They spend their own money to get to the tracks, and it's people like that that you need involved in racing.
All right, so I'm being asked, so this is kind of a me question. Are all the tracks going to be run the same transponder software? So they're all going to be running MyLaps. That's what we run at all the tracks.
They're all MyLaps. It's not like White Mountain where they run a different software system. No, they're all MyLaps. They're all.
The websites will be done through My Race Pass. That's what we're going through for the websites. That's what Claremont's already on that. Monadnock is already on that. The back end of Lee runs on that. Now the front end, the website's going to run on that, and I'm actually getting Hudson switched over tomorrow. So they might drop for a little while, but the stuff that we're going to be able to do,
It's a lot more.
so like you'll be able to monitor when you're in the pits, like you'll get your, instead of going to the board, it's going to get sent to your phone. Like you'll get the lineups, you'll get all that stuff up to the minute. The package is pretty cool. I spent like 4 hours playing around with this earlier today, like just checking out the stuff that we can do.
I am a big stickler on let's get the show going, let's keep it going, and this is just going to make it even go faster. So
The coolest part about it is it also integrates with my broadcasting software, so like I can instantly just put up lineups. I can do all of this stuff on the fly when we broadcast races. So everything talks to each other now. So that's the coolest thing, and it's
Is
the
this
same.
what comes out of that $110K a year salary?
Oh my god!
No,
God,
that's
dude,
this.
really?
That's on top of all this.
Oh,
It's wild. The amount of
I
money.
don't know how Ben feels.
they
Yeah,
allow
like
them
when people
to
start throwing
spend.
around false stuff like
no,
this.
seriously, I gotta give credit.
Dude, in the Christmas
next
bonus,
Halloween,
woo.
I'm gonna go as a giant check.
There you go.
It goes a giant check, and everyone gets write down the amount of what they want.
George, in the Christmas bonus,
Ooh.
they had a Brinks truck out in the driveway here.
We never even discussed
Saturday?
Christmas bonuses. Great idea. Thanks for bringing that up.
I thought that's what the
I hate
Brinks
every
truck
one of
was
you.
doing out front earlier. No,
Guys, just remember, so if you're looking for something for Christmas this year, everybody always loves gravel.
Yeah.
So, and when you have your original wheelman and inside NHSTRA sticker, or if you're wearing the hoodie, you just walk in there like you own the place and just start load. I heard, maybe this is not true, I don't know, but I heard rumor that you can just, it's self-serve. You can just show up anytime.
It's true.
Jump in a loader and just feel free to start. Don't even bother trucking it. Just take the loader right down the road.
right down the
and
road.
just, guys, you get free gravel and you can just use the equipment. He's got excavators.
Put it in the back of your Passat. It's fine. Whatever you got, open your trunk and just dump it.
Just make sure I'm there because I want to witness this. Just make sure I'm there.
Yeah, I called Kevin just out of the blue one day. I was on a job and things went haywire real quick, and I had to give him a call up. I was out in Hampton, and I gave
This was
him
right before you went in, I think.
Yeah, and I gave him a call. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna need some gravel right now, and he hooked us up. You know, whether he had it or he didn't have it, he pointed us in the right direction, but he took care of us. Saved
All
the
right,
job.
so-
You're supposed to tell him I screwed you. Don't call him. The guy never delivered it. He told me he'd have it there tomorrow, and it never came.
So-
That's what you're supposed to tell everybody.
Question from a race fan. Will there be any changes in 2023 to Hudson? Absolutely impressed with all the changes to the facility over the past few years,
What more can I do?
and curious if there will be more to
So,
come.
I can
Thank
speak
you
on
for
this.
your
I got
efforts and investment, Ben, as the track has come so far in so little time.
So Steve Grant has been replaced. He is being George taking over that role, and the pure stocks are now called super modifieds. And don't forget,
This is
50,
fake
50 pounds
news.
off with an original wheelman sticker.
This
Don't
is
forget.
fake news.
So-
Remember, free triaxle load of gravel with every NHSTRA sticker on your car.
So one of the things that I'm going to try to work out this year is with this new website, you'll be able to pre-buy tickets.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping like we can have the
'cause
VIP tower.
Hudson, you could do it, but the software
Yes.
I used was horrible.
What about pit passes?
You could do it. You could buy pit passes.
Yeah, actually, April utilized that at Hudson
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Do you still need to sit in the line?
Yes, because you have. Well, no,
It's the
usually
express line though.
it's the express line because
Okay.
you just show them your phone. There's a little
Yes.
scanner. It's like you get.
Because you still have to sign the papers
Yeah,
to
yeah,
go into
yeah,
the pits.
nope,
It's
that's
different
fine,
for
yeah.
the stands.
Actually, I think now with that, isn't it that you can register your?
You're going to be able to
car online,
register
too?
online now.
Yeah, that's another thing that we're trying to do. So it's no paper. It's pretty much register online. You fill out all the paperwork. You hit the check mark saying, "Yep, you agree to everything," and bam, you're all set.
So I'm being told by Steve Grand that I'll have the Ridge Runners rules to put up for tomorrow.
Okay.
So the Ridge Runner rules will be up for tomorrow.
That's it. Because I know him and Dennis were going over them, and then they kind of brought it to me, and I needed to. They wanted to go a little haywire.
Talk amongst
stuff.
yourself for a minute. We have
Oh boy.
we have spam in the chat. I just don't know
Spam.
where it's from. Oh, this is the problem with broadcasting. Unfortunately, we're broadcasting in
Spam?
5
They try-
places.
is it like a?
Oh, it's on YouTube. Okay.
Is it a Saudi Arabian prince?
It
trying
is
to-
slightly inappropriate.
looking for our
Oh.
checking account number. Oh,
No, was it supposed to be for your brothel?
that's across the hall.
No, this is way inappropriate.
Now I'm
Not
curious.
bad, huh?
Can I go on?
So
Can I see it? Oh man, let's see here. Oh man, I got a bunch of messages. Let's see here.
and it won't let me delete it. I'll deal with it later. Sorry, guys. This is what happens.
Uh-oh.
Also, this is another thing that I need to bring up because you'll see whenever we post something, a bunch of people who are not from this country post below. Free link to watch down below. Click here. That's how your stuff gets scammed. It's not how it works. So don't click that stuff.
Especially if it says free gravel.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
Mike Harlow just snapped a picture of me, and I look like Jabba the Hutt in a T-shirt and headgear on. Come on, don't
Where's your little smoke pipe there?
I don't know. Jabba
I think you look sharp, buddy.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I do. You look like a stud.
Really?
With a beard.
Not that.
What's the picture?
No, I'm just looking at the golden nugget near your tit. That's all I'm looking at. So I'm focused on that.
Jesus Christ, here, you can have it.
Thank you
Jeez.
very much.
Jesus Christ.
That's all I wanted.
See, this is
You
when I
haven't
need
even finished
somebody.
your first one.
Because I'm doing a show.
Doesn't matter.
What show are you doing?
F it.
All right, I think it's been pulled down.
the
I
new
can't see
Epic
it to
show?
delete it. So
Sure, it wasn't Kate posting up that video.
no. Harmon just sent me a screenshot of it because I can't see the picture, but Harmon saw it. Anyways, let's move on and let's move on. I don't know how to move on. I'll show you guys after.
Oh God.
Other than that, so let's see. Pure stock rules soon. I'm being told soon.
You can have it. I got a bunch of these. All right.
Much so, no.
You guys are killing me right now, just throwing it back and forth in front of me.
Go ahead,
So,
go ahead,
all right,
go
so-
ahead, go ahead.
I don't know how this would happen. This is someone says question for the tracks. Could they offer a day for trying different classes, or you'd have to have a car to try a different.
Yeah,
class.
because Hudson has usually the whole month of April is practice. So if you have a buddy of yours that will let you try his car, go ahead.
Well, if you have a pure stock, you can now run on ISMA, the New England Super Modified deal there. You can run it all over actually, I think out in Sandusky, they run them. No?
I'm not even listening to
You know
him.
what, Kevin? There's some days I wonder why I still let you on this show.
The pizza.
This is true.
Mhm.
My inner fat guy is.
And I actually
I know how to get in the Ben's heart.
I bought pizza today too. Any plans to eventually bring the bridge walkway back at Lee across?
No, that was a hazard. I mean, yeah, it was cool. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was cool, but that thing was rickety.
So
and
I'll tell you, my opinion is I feel like that what it's set up now is more of a hazard than the bridge.
Did you walk across that bridge?
that bridge. Was
Okay, hold on.
sketchy.
Scratch
He's
that-
saying
scra-
new bridge.
scratch
He's saying
that
new
bridge.
bridge.
Scratch that
Bridges
bridge.
are very hard to do in the state of New Hampshire because you need to actually get.
We're not looking to go over to Route 3 here.
Well,
We're looking.
so here's the problem. If it was still there, I could replace it. But the only problem is it's gone. So if I were to put something like that back up,
Special
there's
permits?
so much
Permits and all
red
that.
tape you got to go through.
Let's
on
go underground.
everything. Oh my god!
There we go. That's a great idea.
No, actually, I'll tell you what. You know, what'd be kind of cool if I could pull it off. Is that if you're standing at the beer garden, you're facing the fence, and you're looking at the cars on.
Yes.
So behind them, right where all the tech, not the tech guys, the tow truck guys and all them stand and park.
Yes.
Put a bridge from there over to the beer garden side, and you put bleachers along the backside, so you got bleachers on the backstretch.
That'd be awesome.
But that's
questionable. Some people like to drink, and they get that close to the racetrack.
well, no, you don't
They'll
make
be trying to
that
give
part
me
of the
high
beer
fives
garden.
as I'm driving by.
Perkins says zip line. Put a zip line in. I love that idea.
I can't believe we never thought of that. That's perfect.
How did we not come
No,
up with
actually,
that?
if anything, I'll do a zip line from the media tower down to the infield.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be killer. This is sweet. Get bus parking, get a zip line right off the side of the bus. Like,
No,
I'm
in my
loving
luck,
this.
I'd slip and get hit by a car on the way down. Oh, here we go. Who's messaging me now?
Any plans on doing twin 40s
All
for
right,
the
Jeff, we'll do it.
pro stocks? What did Jeff say?
Jeff goes, we can do that.
I think your idea is actually a really great idea because we put a camera. So when we broadcast at Lee, we put a camera
So
right.
that's what Harmon must be talking
Yes.
about.
Yeah, and it's not letting me log it. I would have to use a computer to do it. And
Is that
unfortunately-
actually in the chat?
I
Or
saw
is there a link to that?
there's a link to that. I think.
Harmon, why are you clicking on the links, buddy?
Clickbait.
I think it
Serious.
might actually be there. Let's just not draw attention to it. This is where we just move forward and continue on. Plow forward. That's what we do. So we put a camera right
That's
at
the wrong terminology.
Yeah,
to use.
yeah.
No, that was the perfect terminology for that. So we put a camera right at the end of the straightaway at Lee when we broadcast from there, and that is the coolest spot in the world to have a
Is that where
camera.
Colty sits?
That's where Colton sits. Yes.
He is. That's a great spot. He does a great job at that spot.
I got to watch the late model sportsman, the old late models.
Outlaws.
Outlaws.
Now the Outlaws. Yeah, I got to watch them at Oktoberfest. They were the race right before my modified race, and I got to stand right there. That was by far the coolest spot.
It is.
What, at
It's
the
awesome.
end of
Is that the
coming
one
into
where you
3?
Is that the one where you
Coming into
forgot your
yeah, 3.
Hans device and you made me go get it?
Well, look at you, buddy. You needed some exercise.
Wow, thank you. Wow.
You were always complaining.
But
no.
Yeah, but
He's looking out for your heart.
Actually, you know what? You didn't even go and get it, did you? You hired somebody else to.
yeah, of course, I had one of my minions go get it. Minion, go get it.
My minions. That's Ben's like, Mark, go get this. I'm like, yeah, no. I walk less than you, buddy. All right, so back to what we were talking about with the My Race Pass. I'm not sure how it's going to be implemented at the other tracks, but I can tell you at Lee and obviously at Hudson, you'll be able to buy that stuff. And I'm hoping we can
Thanks, Mike.
actually
Yeah, thanks, Mike.
we can actually get the VIP tower rolling and be able to buy tickets to sit up on top of that thing next season at Hudson. That's what I think we're going to attempt to do. So look out for some.
Yeah, I'll admit,
VIP
I'll
tickets
admit
and-
this year I didn't really push it that much just because I kind of.
Didn't want to upset the.
Oh no, I'm not gonna lie. This year I got burnt out really quick, and I was like, I don't care. Just set it up and we'll figure it out later. So
It's killer. It's an awesome view. It's in a great spot. I think we'll try to do something a little more from that this year.
Yeah, we got the VIP tower for one of the ISMA races a few years back. It was fantastic. It was a great time. They gave us the whole suite, and it was costly, but it was nice to have. It was nice to have for that night.
All right, Ben, this is a question for you. What about the VIP tower at
That's
Lee?
what I was talking about. I apologize.
So that there's kind of I got to fix a few things in that before the town will let me use it. So
Got to have two
means of
Egress.
egresses.
and that Ben's working on it.
Yeah.
So that would be awesome. You could also probably
Yeah.
buy VIP tickets for that as well. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
My plan was the first and second floor were gonna be for VIP use, and the third floor was gonna be like for media or whatever. I decided to do with it.
Is when I do broadcast from Lee, it won't be from where we had been before.
Yeah.
So we're running a comms cable from the building to building.
Yeah.
We'll be up on the third story of that VIP
Like
tower.
I said, I gotta get.
And the camera's going to be right on top, right where. So we're taking the same exact camera setup that Wheelan did.
Yeah.
It'll be a camera on the front stretch, camera in turn 1, and camera in turn 3.
Yeah.
That's what we're running at Lee. I've got a bunch of fiber optic cables that are going to be coming in soon that we're going to be.
I should
running
put
around
I should
all
put
these
one of those
tracks.
gopher ones that like you cut a hole in the track and sink the camera.
That would
in
be awesome.
And then run it down.
That would be awesome. The problem is we need people to operate cameras.
This is
So
true.
that's the part that we have a hassle
So
with.
if anyone's looking for a part-time job or to help us with this, that would be one of the jobs that we need done.
We have a couple good camera operators now. We have Colton.
Colton's a man.
But the only problem is he races though, so
Yes.
he's not gonna be able there all the time.
He can't go there all the
And then
time.
when he starts, kicking ass in the modifieds and all that stuff, we're gonna lose him permanently.
To
I
NASCAR.
know, right?
He's a big NASCAR star.
Well, hopefully that mentor program kicks in. And
I hope so. I think that's a good idea because people always want to know what it's like to race or what it's like to run a track. Like this is your opportunity. If I were you, what I would do, I would want to mentor Ben at Lee. You would get free food. You'd get to hang out with Ben on the golf cart, and you would learn a bunch of words that need to
See, yes.
be bleeped out.
Oh yeah, trust me. I'll teach you some new vocabulary.
But, in all honesty, like this is something when I saw that posted, I was like, this is probably one of the coolest ideas. I wish I could take credit for it, but it not. I think it was actually Daniel Frederick that I think he was the one who tagged me in it. And
Yep.
I saw it online. I was like, you know what, and I posted right on. I was like, this is great.
Yeah.
I'm stealing this because, racing is going to die eventually if we can't keep people interested. Racing's going to die eventually if all people do is whine and complain about it as well. So, I mean,
I took the bait on that this weekend.
what, you were whining and complaining?
No, I was taking the bait on wine and then complaining and got an exchange. I slapped myself in the wrist when I was done. It's like, God.
Tyler Johns wants to know if he can mentor you down in Florida. All expenses paid from you.
Go for it, yeah.
actually,
meet him
speaking
at
of
the airport.
mentor program, I'm going to take credit. I was a big part in getting Tyler Johns into racing.
Oh yeah, you
There you
were.
go.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were.
Hey, I'm still working on those fenders.
So
for
Tyler,
him,
when you're
so.
paying that bill for that front clip or no new frame, make sure you send the bill to George. Just send it right over to
It
him.
was all his fault. He got you involved.
Exactly.
Like, what are you going to do about it? I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
So that's some of the stuff that we're working on. More info is going to be coming out soon. I can't wait to watch George, wheel Ben's race car to victory lane, which he's never been able to do down in
Yep.
Florida.
Yep.
Like, that's going to, you're going to at least one
Oh,
night. You
no,
know it's going to happen.
Here's the thing. I was never that good of a racer, and every time that I thought the car was going good, my dad's like, "Oh, we're gonna make it better," and they'd go backwards.
Hold on.
So-
So with all this being said,
I've
Ben,
done
It's
that
all his
plenty of
dad's
times.
fault.
you also did say, and to not to disparage your driving ability, that he's kind of bringing a knife to a gunfight, correct?
Yeah,
You did say
that
that.
All right.
car is very
So-
outdated.
Yeah. So with that being said, Ben, you managed a top 5 or 2 in that thing, didn't you?
Once.
All right.
I
Well, you got a
one
top 5 and
Well,
down there at the biggest, racing extravaganza at the
hold
top of the year.
on. Let me tell you how I got the top 5. So
4 DQs.
half half the cars got wrecked. I actually dropped the cylinder because the valve went.
What
But
are you doing? This is the
You
this-
don't tell them
yeah,
how
you
it
don't
happened.
tell them
I
that
don't
story.
care. I don't care.
God.
Because what happened was I actually learned that the car goes better when it's slower. And I tried telling my dad this, but he didn't listen because I was able to out corner these guys like nothing. They were slowing up so bad. I just kept it to the floor and went around the corner.
I
Mr.
will say,
Bazowski, what do you say about this? Are you in chat again tonight?
He might. I don't know. And then it's funny because he's like, "Oh, we're gonna fix the motor and make it go better." I go, "No, we're gonna go backwards. Watch." Next day, bam, right to the back. I'm like, "Oh."
I will say, I got to drive it at the Run What You Brung race there, and I mean, the horsepower that thing had,
That's stupid.
it is ridiculous. It was like literally hitting the nitrous
So
button.
so what is it? What is it for an engine?
It's a 355 18-degree motor.
It's like a
It's 650 horse, something like
Yeah,
that.
so like a
650.
tour mod comparison horsepower.
Kinda, yeah,
Yeah.
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 So, because a lot of guys will want to run either SB2 motors, which are like impossible to find,
Yeah.
or an 18-degree motor, and that's what we got. And then we got my experimental motor, which before they detuned it had like 750, 800.
Yeah.
It was awesome to drive for the first 5 laps. And then
So
it
you
went
have
bad.
the motor you used to run in your street stock in there?
yeah, pretty much.
I love that.
But I will say, having run that car at the Hudson Hugger there, we had the modified tires on it. So I had 13-inch rubber on there.
Yeah.
These things normally run on 8-inch.
Oh my god.
yeah, if you-
How the hell is that going to go with all that power?
So-
Sideways. It's gonna go
yeah,
sideways.
exactly.
But you've ran New Smyrna before, right?
Yes.
Okay, overdrive it.
Oh, yes.
Overdrive it because there's so much banking at New Smyrna, it just holds you. Because before I learned this the hard way, I was going in 3 deep, and one guy was on each side of me. And there's one guy behind me, push him, and I go, "Oh, here we go!" And I just turned and it's went right around. I go, "Oh,
Yes.
thank you." I just
Yep.
kept overdriving it, and it worked.
Yeah, I went down there. This was a few years back. It was whatever race they had over the Easter weekend, and I drove for Jim
Oh,
Daly before he had
Governor's Cup?
passed. Could have been,
Yeah,
yes.
it's probably the Governor's Cup.
And my brother Dave and I had gone down with Jim Daly before he had passed away, and we got to drive one of his cars there. I remember the first lap, I went full tilt down into turn 1, and I'm in a late model, and I'm going, I just wrecked Jim's car. I'm going to wreck this thing. And I went down to the corner, and I went, Jesus, I got to go faster. I have to go
Oh
faster.
my god. Imagine.
Oh yeah, I love that track.
Is
love New
Derek
Smyrna.
running Speed Weeks this year?
Yeah, he'll be there.
I should have known better. I should have
Yeah,
looked.
he'll be there.
Derek needs a media guy. I know a guy.
Derek
Reach out to me, buddy.
mentor program.
Mentor program. Everyone's signing up to be on Derek's team. I'd love to get
I
Derek.
was first.
Although
Everybody.
we did the
was
last day
first.
he was here, Derek did agree without saying anything because I don't remember if it was on air. He will be at a couple NASCAR tracks running a couple divisions this year, some one-off events. So you might see him in some pretty cool cars at maybe Lee, maybe Claremont. Like, some cool stuff that's going to happen this season.
If I was part of the mentor program, I wouldn't tell you because it'd be his secret, and I would be that solid to you, buddy. Which is why I should be on the mentor program. Just saying.
I want to be on his mentor program
Hell,
too.
I want to be on his mentor program, and I paid.
That is your mentor.
Yeah, you paid for the mentor
I
program.
paid for the mentor program.
Now, I did see this week Derek's post about, unfortunately, not at this time haven't found any funding for a big NASCAR ride. But at the end of the day, I mean, that's not. I know that's not the end of that. I truly think his talent will get him to where he needs to be.
I was talking to him about it. We were trying to figure out different avenues and stuff for him.
Has to be probably his straight up worst year he's had, and it stinks. Like
Horrendous luck.
Absolutely.
Oh my God.
I mean, from the
none
start,
of his own doing either. That's the worst part about it. Wrong place, wrong time. I mean, other than the lawyer's kid that he flat out put into the
he
wall.
did take out the
Loudon.
lawyer's kid.
Other than the
He's
lawyer's
lucky he
kid,
didn't get sued for that one.
I mean,
very
all the other
lucky.
ones were not his fault.
It might be
that
pending, I
one
don't know.
clearly his fault.
Trust me. You know what? Honestly, I think I usually don't get mad on stuff like this, but I think the one I was the most pissed off at was Loudon because he was
He had a
so
rocket.
fast.
Yeah, he had a rocket.
And I
ship.
was counting down the cautions, like, please just get a couple more so we can get back on the lead lap. And actually, I think I called you, didn't I?
You did.
I did.
Called me
Yeah,
screaming and
yeah,
yelling
that's right,
like I could fix the power steering. Like Sam Hunt's guys, get out of the way. The guy with no mechanical ability is going to step in and fix that. So
Hey.
yeah, let's do it. But no, I mean
It might have worked. You never know.
you never know, right? You never know.
He ran Martinsville, right?
He ran
Martinsville.
With like 15 to go. Wasn't he in the top 10?
He ran
Yeah,
really
he
good
was-
there.
Yeah, he was ninth.
I think he was
Yeah.
banging on Nemechek or somebody. Yeah, Allmendinger.
Allmendinger.
Allmendinger, that's who it was.
They're saying on the thing like, boy, that 26 car is really giving it to the back of AJ. I was like, go Derek. I was loving it.
So that was the problem. Like even Jennerstown with Jesse Love, he had a rocket ship down there. Was probably would have won it. And then Jesse was Jesse. And then it's just this poor gentleman has just had a tough year. And then the Derby, he's in a qualifying spot in the LCQ and
Brand new car.
right out of Fury shop. And then distributor, alternator, whatever it was, something went wrong electrically. I mean, out of his control. This poor guy, he just can't catch a break.
None of it was his fault. Like I said, other than Loudon, none of the other stuff was his fault at all. So like it's horrible luck. That's racing though. That's what happens.
My father and I were just talking about that because we were talking about how we together have had a good run for a number of years where we've hadn't had major issues. And yeah, exactly. And when that, like my father said, when that horseshoe falls out, it falls out, and you can do nothing but ride it out.
You got to do it. It is what it is. I speak for everybody in the entire audience to say we're happy that you figured out what was going on. You're healthy now.
Yeah.
You're on the mend. You got lucky. Like, let's be honest. Like, you were lucky.
You have no idea. Like, you guys know because we were
Yeah,
talking
we talked about it.
beforehand,
Like,
but
holy crap.
the details of my story. I mean,
Yeah, I told him to shut up because what he was going
Yeah,
into
he
detail.
was-
I'm like, nope, I don't want to hear it.
but no, just everything leading up to it. Again, I told my girlfriend April, I
She's
love
in chat. She says hello.
You. Yeah, I absolutely love you with all my heart. Because if it wasn't for you, honest to God,
If you start crying right now,
wow.
I'm gonna hug you, and we're gonna end.
It's
going to
be one of those moments.
But no, I mean that girl means the world to me. I mean everything she's done.
This is like a Jerry Maguire moment
6
here.
years ago when I met her, I mean we can go that far back to how important she is, and basically the outcome that we have today. So.
And I heard rumor, I don't know if it's true, but when they stitch you back up, they like permanently put a six pack.
Yeah.
And the little V and all that stuff too. So like you're good to go now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm looking better than ever.
That's why I went to going to a cardiologist tomorrow. I need abs.
I'm gonna schedule one. Jeez, because right now I got a keg.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, like you just said, hearing your story and everything that happened and how it transpired into you getting to the doctor where you needed to be. We all know, well, as you just said, but you told us April had such a huge part of that. So
That's what we're being told right there. That's what
And
comes
it
next.
was at
man.
that point the race
I'm
cars
getting
got sold.
pressure.
But thank you, April, for
April says, "Let him keep going." You're talking about him. April's a saint.
Yes,
So,
absolutely.
look at this, April. Everybody.
I agree with that
loves
one.
you.
Emily is very smart. I agree.
Yeah, I tell you, so 6 years ago when I met her, she wasn't really anything to do with racing. She knew about racing but had no clue, and
You're
she
smart.
is so unbelievably competitive. This might have been the wrong mixture to get her involved with because she is.
Doesn't she have a
so,
go-kart?
Yes, she does.
Yeah, so you bought that Ghost motor off of me.
Yep. Yeah. So we were running the late model, the door behind me here. We were running that when
Wait,
she
that's
met
your
me.
door?
Emily, you
Yeah.
are smart.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, we got to update it too. I was noticing I signed it, whatever the other year ago, but we got to update it because we got an extra Kolofsky Memorial win on there.
yeah,
But,
you got to make that door right.
yeah, but no. So we were running that late model, and knock on wood, we had a lot of success, and we were winning all the time. So she was used to that, and we upgraded to that modified, to the NHSTRA modified, and I had to explain to her, listen, I don't know what the heck I'm doing here. We don't know anything about the car. it's probably going to be rough going. And she let me have it. She told me, she said, well, why don't you win anymore? Why don't you just drive faster through the corners? And I was like, oh my God, you really have no clue how this works. So anyway, her giving me enough crap, I came across a pretty good deal, and I found herself, got herself a senior champ cart. Stick her in one.
Awesome.
Send her out to Londonderry Speedway. I told her, I said, listen, you're going to be doing like 80 miles an hour in the draft, and there's going to be kids behind you pushing you, so don't screw up.
Those cars fly.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen videos from Claremont, how fast those things get going.
Did you see some of the wrecks when they go through the
wall?
The wall?
I was there.
He ended up in the snack shack.
Yeah, I was saying the 2x4 wall.
Dude, I was there when they took out like 3 people. It was bad.
All right, so are they going to run twin 40s pro stocks? I don't.
Most
sure if that's-
likely. I gotta see how, because the way I did it, I made it so that the pro stocks are almost running every event. So, a couple of times they didn't, just for NASCAR sanctioning, but I believe NASCAR is extending the points to September like 15th or 18th or something. So if they do that, then technically you don't have to run twins, but most likely, me being the prick that I am, I'll probably still do twins.
They're super cool to watch,
Oh,
anyways,
yeah.
too. So
Yeah, no, it'll most likely be twins.
also, all right. So before we go, we got Christmas coming up. Like I said, no iRacing this weekend, no show next Monday. We'll get back to the regular schedule. What about Bob? Bob's here. He's right here.
What do you need to know? I'll talk about myself all day.
Harwood's asking,
He's
what about
amazing.
Bob?
Bob's amazing. That's all you
here.
need to know.
Tell us about how you won against all the mini stocks or the pure stock again.
Oh, I just showed up.
And there was 3 others.
I had a beautiful haircut.
You sweat excellence.
Yeah, exactly. I glisten. I glisten.
Glistened excellence. There we go.
Yep. I showed up with my cool little aluminum trailer, unload that red rocket of mine, and I just hopped in it and just went circles.
I heard all the guys just packed their cars up and went home once you showed up.
Yeah,
They're
pretty
like,
much. They're intimidated.
I heard you're
the
a
other
god
3
amongst
cars
men.
packed up and went home.
Hey, it's people I got to race against. It's just making it easier.
Oh, the funny story, the funniest one with you before we go, because we're at an hour now, was I remember watching you down at Monadnock, and I was talking to the pits, and you're like, my whole goal for today is to flat-foot it around this entire track.
Yep.
And that's all I'm going to do. And then you proceeded to clean the paint off the wall when you went by, and it come back in. It's like, how'd that work for you? I was like, almost had it.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, that was your goal for the day. That thing was flying.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Between you and Harwood's car was fast. I'm sorry. Chitwood's car was super, super fast that day as well. So,
When you could see the tire patch stick and the car shift over, and then you could see the rim, like the beat of the rim, I'm like, dude, these guys got some grip today.
I was
Holy
looking
crap.
at photos and watching exactly like you said. I mean, my rim is the bead on the rim was gouged up just from rolling over.
it's absolutely crazy. That you guys in those cars are nuts. Like those
I tell you,
things,
I would run a dwarf car every day of the week if I could.
they look to be fun.
By far the funnest thing I've ever driven.
I need bigger bars.
No, you'd be fine.
Well, you can fit in my car.
Have you seen me race
Let's
a car?
do it.
Yeah, well, put those things on and you can run it.
Yep, absolutely. Done.
The people want Bob Williams.
Is that Bob saying that?
It's Harwood.
Oh, all right.
Unfortunately, I texted
He's got a little mini stock and
little
and
behind the
land.
scenes here, guys. I texted Bob at 3:00 and said, "Show tonight. Remember?" And he was like, "Yeah, sorry, can't come." So I'm like, "Who the heck am I gonna call?" So I called George. He's like, "I'll be there." I was like, "Perfect."
How's Kevin do when he does this? I
So
give
when
like a week's
Kevin
notice.
doesn't come, he gives me like a week's notice,
Exactly.
and then he texted me.
I text you like every Saturday or Sunday to say show on Monday because you never know. Might be special. They might be changing the pure stocks to super modifieds and things like that. So I may not be on. So which is fine. But
Kevin's gonna show up here all by himself next
He
Monday.
is. He's going to show up. I'm going to tell him, yeah, hey,
it
we're
would
gonna
be
show
a
on, it'll just be him.
fantastic show if it was just me.
I
No,
think
but-
you might show up in that little red dress that came in. Yeah.
Get that? You get that set aside for me, right? It's clean. It's clean. I don't want it then.
All right. In all seriousness, we're gonna get out of here. This Christmas, let's not just remember Amazon and Walmart. Let's remember small businesses that support you racers. Let's support them. Let's get some original Wheelman swag. Send it out for gifts. Northeast Sand and Gravel gifts. All you guys that have these businesses that step up, share them. Don't just put them on your race cars.
If you
Put
need
out a post.
if you need transponders, I still got a bunch left. So
Ben's got transponders. Nothing says I love you more than a subscription to My Laps. Like,
Well, let me keep track of where you go.
And also a quick
fast you
quick
go.
thank you to everybody who has supported Original Wheelman. It's been a pleasure to see some the shirts going out the door and seeing them on people wearing them on. I just saw some in Dominican. I see people wearing them all the time. So thank you very much for the support.
Knowlton was wearing a shirt.
I said in Dominican, not a Dominican.
Oh, sorry. I misunderstood you.
Jesus.
Nothing would have said I love you more than in 1984, like a 5-year-old Mark Beaudry opening up a My Laps
Seriously.
transponder. Like that would have done it for
The
me.
next question would have been, where's the race car?
I know, right?
Where's the
Like,
race
we put this on my chopper, my little Hot Wheels there. But no, seriously, support the guys that support all these racers because we couldn't do it without any of these sponsors. Give us some of your sponsors that supported you throughout this entire year.
Dan Thorpe Supply, Dan and Devin Thorpe, him and his son, they supplied us with all kinds of things that kept that car running every single week. RLS Landscaping, they've been a huge part. He's been with me since 2012. Custom Ironcraft, he's been with all of my brothers since 2015. There's a whole bunch of other people, especially Mike Marshall. He's been a
Lawrence.
huge contributor. Yeah. Even with that cool little picture he's got of my dad on the car.
I think it's awesome.
To let him around. But
I have that on my phone.
Yeah.
I show that to people.
But him right here in Nashua, Pines Motor Supply. They help out with all the paint, and we do a lot of painting, especially that nice little Helliwell Motorsports red we put on everything. It's just a bunch of people that don't even want recognition.
You can't beat it. So on top of that, guys, I can't think of a better gift than maybe get your racer some stuff from Emily Miller. Get some of those pictures for
That's a
your
good one.
racers. Support her. Adam Perkins, get some painting stuff. All you guys that do this stuff.
Each division
Justin.
sponsor.
Daddy Justin, get all that stuff done for everybody here. Harris, get a spray foam gift certificate from him. Like, support these guys because without all these people, I know we say this jokingly, but could you afford to run that race car without sponsors?
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Support these people.
Especially
Let's keep
with
racing growing.
the rising cost of everything, especially with racing. I mean, it's. I know we get the constant complaints of how expensive the race. Listen, it ain't changing. So
No, it's going to
No.
get worse.
it is.
And the other thing I will add too is your own sponsors, even if you're trying to introduce them to a new market of people or anything like that, even pay attention to other cars that you're racing against, their sponsors.
Oh, absolutely.
You need businesses to work with
And
businesses.
go steal their spot. Oh, no, that's not what you were saying?
No.
Oh, I thought you were saying write down
I
their
mean,
sponsors and go
you
talk to
can.
them.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you have something like RMS Excavating, they need gravel. Talk to this guy over here. I mean, you have multiple businesses that could utilize each other in the long run. So
George is teaching the young ones how to sponsor poach already.
Oh, we should get that sponsorship one you have on your phone out.
What you need, you gotta act
yeah,
like you're
believe that one.
gotta act like
No,
you're
we
Hulk
need
Hogan
that one.
in
George
Victory
had-
Lane.
Yes, have fun with it. You do things like that. Like Ben said, you guys were alluding to. You gotta breathe some excitement back into this racing. Get the younger kids involved. I mean, they don't know the voices that I was doing. You guys do, but some of the younger kids, you know what I mean. Do something out of the ordinary. Break that mold and broaden the horizons.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you to all of our listeners. Thank you to Ben, Norm, all the GMs. Like, gave us all a place to go. You guys took a chance on me, like, to do this stuff. Like, who would have thought the guy who couldn't even race a car gets
A
to
chance.
talk on here every week?
110K a year is more than a
Oh,
chance.
wow.
That's a
I
risk.
love that.
Gosh.
Love that. I wish. We need to renegotiate.
Now all the GMs gonna want 110 grand a
Christmas
year.
bonus. to
Kevin
Tom.
is my
your
new
agent.
agent.
I'm your
He is
agent.
my new agent.
I'm Jerry
um,
McGuire.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Absolutely love that you
Merry
guys watch the
Christmas, guys.
show.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa. Maybe we'll be back here after New Year's. Maybe we might take that week off too. I don't know. We'll do a special show if we do. We'll have some fun.
Whatever you want to do.
But Bruins are 4-1 right now, and Katie Buxton's cookies.
All right, crack.
Yes, they're like. I'm just real quick. People are putting
Mark,
a bunch
you're
of stuff
killing
out
me.
here. Kevin Furlan sponsors a bunch of cars in,
Yes, he
in
does,
memory
yeah.
of his dad, who is actually one of my relatives as well. So April says, thank you. Let's see. Just want to make sure we don't miss anybody as we go here. Well, if we did, sorry, we'll be on the next show.
Actually, gift certificates to R&R.
There you go.
Supply. There you go.
Yep.
Go get some Jimmy Renfrew gift cards.
You're gonna buy stuff from these people one way or another. That's just the way it is. We'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye, guys.
See ya.